Good morning, everyone. It looked to me like euro-dollar was likely to slip into a new range, but the FX market at least ignored the worsening tensions in Ukraine, and euro-dollar is opening in Europe with a 137 handle again this morning. It's opened with a 137 or 138 handle 32 out of the last 38 trading days since February 17th. There were two somewhat contradictory moves overnight. The currency that gained the most against the dollar was the Australian dollar, which in theory would be a sign of risk-on, risk-seeking appetite. But right behind it was the yen, which normally gains on risk-off, risk-aversion behavior. So how to reconcile these two moves? The Australian dollar gained on a sharp 2.3% month-on-month rise in home loans in February, higher than expected. The yen was probably moving in response to the fall in Japanese stocks, although it's noticeable that the recovery in U.S. stocks didn't do anything to change the yen trend. The unifying factor seems to be a weak dollar all around, despite unchanged U.S. interest rates and decent data from the U.S., a larger than expected rise in U.S. small business confidence, and a higher than expected level of job openings in the JOLTS, the Job Opening and Labor Turnover Survey report. In fact, every G10 currency gained against the dollar. Even the Canadian dollar gained against the U.S. dollar, despite much weaker than expected Canadian housing starts. Meanwhile, most emerging market currencies, too, continued to rally as carry trades continue to come back in style. The only sign of some risk aversion was perhaps in gold, which bounced back somewhat as the Ukrainian crisis continues to deteriorate. Still, less than 1% rise is hardly a major reaction. I admit it's difficult to keep being a dollar bull in such a situation. In particular, I think we have to watch dollar-yen. If it continues to decline, then once again, many investors are likely to shift their funding out of yen and into dollars, which could give the dollar another leg down. Today, we have no major economic news. Trade figures from Germany and the UK, and in the US, we get wholesale inventories. The focus will be on the minutes of the recent Fed meeting and 3 ECB speakers and 1 Fed speaker. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google+ to get more trading ideas. This is Marshall Giller, Global Head of FX Strategy at IronFX Global, wishing you solid trading.